Muy buenas a todos, traders. Vamos a ver un podcast que han hecho al mejor scalper del mundo. Me parece que puede ser una entrevista interesante. A ver, tengo que decir, la entrevista dura 3 horas, no vamos a ver 3 horas de vídeo, lo vamos a saltar, vamos a ver un poquito al principio y vamos a ir directamente a la parte de la estrategia, cómo él hace el scalping y qué estrategia usa, que creo que es lo que a todos nos puede interesar. Así que amigos, sin más preámbulos, dejadme que ponga... Vale, aquí en este caso, subtítulos, ¿vale? No hay audio por la IA. Vamos allá.
Where he showcases the power of his strategy and breaks it down step by step.
It's Fremont. You wait for this candle, you put the stop loss here, you target either. This is the main reason why a lot of traders lose money. They try to anticipate what the market is doing before the market does it. People call this manipulation. They try to break out and they fail. This is the reason we will get here.
You finally will see a trader break down candle by candle exactly what he thinks is going to happen live during New York session.
We are getting ready for the squeeze. The squeeze will be present here. Look.
There you have it.
When I told you I will scale out, it's exactly because when you see this, the next step is aggressive sellers.
Yeah. You coded the algorithm. This is a top 1% trader showcasing his strategy for free.
To give to the audience a little bit of reference, you can either do 15 minutes, 3 minutes, you can do 1 hour, 5 minutes, or you can do the most aggressive one. That is what I do. The setup that we took before is exactly what I will execute in the World Trading Cup. How I did this performance in the World Trading Cup is building profit for the day, building profit for the day, building profit for the day, and in directional days I risk, for example...
Fabio Valentin. You've never seen anything Fabio like Valentin. It will blow you away. Make sure you choose...
¿Alguien lo conocía? Fabio Valentin. No lo conocía, pero parece que estuvo en la Trading Cup, ¿no?
Tune in to this episode of Chart Fanatics. Welcome everyone back to Chart Fanatics, the go-to channel for all of the very best trading strategies and concept breakdowns with the very best traders in the world. Talking of which, today we have a world-class scalper with us, a future scalper at that. He has been in the top 3 in the world rankings of the ROBBINS Cup, actually achieving
500% en un año. ¡Wow! Amigos, scalper manual, no algorítmico, scalper manual. 500%. ¡Qué bestia de tío!
A 12-month period, over 500% return, and that is in the futures division as well. You probably already know who it is. If you don't know, you're going to get to know. We're going to go through his exact strategy that he used to be able to achieve those incredible results on the world stage. It is the one and only Fabio Valentin.
Thank you for hosting me, Ritz.
Me imagino que es italiano, ¿no? Por el nombre. Casi siempre en la ROBBINS Cup casi siempre están en los primeros puestos italianos. Hay bastante calidad en Italia, ¿eh?
And today we will go deep dive in the model that I used in the World Trading Champion. I made some videos about it, but I keep the source for this podcast. And before starting to explain how the model works, we need to explain what's the misconception about market structure in the market. So I will just start drawing it and explain what 90% of traders do and why 90% of traders lose money. So let's start with
I think that'll be helpful.
The concept of the market structure. That's what usually a lot of traders do, and you can confirm it. This is what usually it's done, watching a market structure shift or change of character or breakout. There are 100 terms that you can use for it. And what they try to do is they try to go trend following when pattern like this presents, and then they can just wait for the retracement to jump in, just going through, considering we are in a short sentiment here, like using the concept of supply or order block, if you want to be more fancy following the algo, mitigation level, and continue to go down. Now, what I tested in a lot of years of experience is that this pattern usually doesn't work if you don't frame it in the correct concept. And to frame it in the correct concept, you need to start using something that is necessary, that is the profile. So you need to understand exactly where you are in the market and what's the big picture that you are watching. Because if this pattern is presented when the bell curve of the distribution of the day is like this, you are exactly jumping on a trend to go against the lower distribution of the volume. And what this says statistically is that only 30% will go through, the rest will remain in what is called the fair value area, so you will just keep getting stopped out till the market.
Me acaba de dejar roto con esto, con el volumen profile, tío. Me acaba de dejar roto con esto. ¡Qué grande! ¡Qué bueno!
Really decide to take off. And this is the reason a lot of traders that try to embark on a journey of using trend following strategies, they understand really soon that the win rate is not what they were expecting, like 70-80%. When they try to target, for example, this level from here, and they say, okay, I will just have 50%, 60% win rate, 1 to 3. This is not real, because you are not reading what the market is saying. You are trying to predict the market.
Okay.
Now, the good point about order flow and about volume analysis in general is that you get the knowledge to understand when to stay away, because if the same...
Aquí está una de las grandes diferencias entre operar CFDs y operar futuros, que en el mercado de futuros, al estar centralizado, a diferencia del de Forex, por ejemplo, que es descentralizado, sí que tiene los datos reales de volumen profile, del ¿cómo se llama?, del order book. Tienes todos estos datos reales. Entonces es lo que dice la mayoría de los operadores de futuros, que tú no intentas predecir el precio, sino que estás leyendo lo que hay en el precio, dónde están las órdenes reales del mercado. Y es una de las grandes diferencias que da utilizar una plataforma, pues yo que sé, como NinjaTrader o como Atas, que puede ser un MetaTrader o un TradingView, ¿vale? Que no tiene esos datos. Entonces, al utilizar este tipo de plataformas tienes, entre comillas, la ventaja de que tienes estos datos de dónde están las órdenes en el mercado real. Y creo que esto puede ser muy interesante a la hora de elaborar una estrategia. No sé qué opináis vosotros, si realmente creéis que teniendo estos datos podríais llegar a mejorar vuestra estrategia. Dejadme en los comentarios, porque a mí me parece muy interesante lo que está explicando.
Pattern is presented in this area, it's a completely different situation. To explain you this, we need to go to AMT. AMT is the real nature of the market, and is the concept of auction market theory. Market is an auction, and it goes from balanced area, where all market participants are transactioning efficiently, to imbalance. Now, market is not usually in imbalance, it's usually in balance. So that's the reason why traders that start take streak of stop loss, because they try to get the long and they get liquidated by, you can call what you want, you can call spring, you can call liquidation, you can call liquidity seeking, everything you want, even if it's not what happens behind the curtains, but you try to get the last spring before the move up. And you notice that this 1 to 10 becomes a 1 to 2, because you take 4 stops to try to do it. Now, if you do this simple change and you wait for the market to get to a condition of out of balance, your win rate will jump up by at least 20 to 30%. And this is exactly the building point of the model that I use. Why I call it a model and not a strategy? Because the concept of strategy is a group of rules that you need to follow strictly. And how can you follow a group of rules strictly without understanding the narrative if the market is a dynamic entity? It's like trying to cage an animal that is not made to be in a cage. And it changes every day, it adapts. For example, yesterday, there was this situation about America bombing Iran. We opened with a gap down really heavy. You cannot expect that the market today will behave as Friday. You will have a different behavior. Now, what it's helping you is understanding how you can use the profile to exactly time your entry and your area. So this is the step 1 of the model. And is understanding the location. The location is when you can efficiently trade. When you are out of balance, so your model is okay to be traded, you start to see what all the traders are using. So you start to see the market structure and you start to validate which area can be used to jump on trade.
Yeah.
Okay. So now it comes handy to use supply and demand zones, and it comes handy to understand inefficiency. Now, inefficiency, if we can talk about it, is misconcepted nowadays because it's used the term fair value gap.
Yeah.
But what happened really behind the curtains in the concept of...
Bueno, va a explicar realmente lo que es una ineficiencia, un fair value gap. Yo creo que vale la pena prestar atención porque es lo que ocurre, ¿vale? La ineficiencia, cuando la demanda vence la oferta vence la demanda de una forma ineficiente, realmente se produce por una ineficiencia de contratos, en este caso en los contratos de futuros, ¿vale? Vamos a ver cómo lo interpreta él.
Inefficiency is when one part is more aggressive than the other,
Yeah.
so the market gets really momentum in one direction. And this is, if you think about it, is the best moment to transact because the market is telling you this, and this is not my personal opinion or your personal opinion. What the market is telling us, look, I'm out of balance. I'm searching for a new level of balance that will be down, so it can be here, it can be here, it can be here. But I'm telling you that I will go there, okay?
Yeah.
At the same time, he's telling you that the sellers are more aggressive than buyers because you are getting this kind of concept. And that's when you go to step 2. Step 2 is the concept of validating the level. Because
O sea,
now...
que el precio va de un punto de equilibrio, cuando se desequilibra, va al siguiente punto de balanceo.
So you have the direction, you have the condition of the market status, and you have 3 possible take profit that you can frame by watching at the other area. Now it comes handy a concept called order flow that is not a concept, but is like an alphabet, a new way of reading the market. So 90% of the traders try to understand what is happening inside a candle using multi-time frame analysis.
Yeah.
I think the real inefficiency is the way trader analyze the market. Because it's like trying to get the bullseye blinded. Like maybe one time it will work, 2 times it will work, but you don't have exact data about the location.
Yeah.
So what you can do is that you can use this area that create the breakouts. And let's consider that I make an arrow here and we zoom out what is happening exactly inside here, okay? So if this is the swing point that break this law, traders will just watch for what is called fair value gap or inefficiency. That is when the candle is not transactional efficiently. What you can do is that you can use from point A to point B using profile to watch exactly when there are low volume node.
Yes.
And I know this because I saw the other interview that you have made, and I really like the model also of Carmine Rosato. I think he's a really good order flow trader. And
qué intensa, ¿no? Qué entrevista tan intensa. Hostia, llevo 10 minutos y la verdad que son brutales. La verdad que muy bien. Oye, vamos a pasar un momentito ya a la parte que empieza a operar, que es esta parte de aquí. Dame un segundito, lo vamos a ver aquí. Porque aquí ya pasa, oye, pues se tira casi toda la entrevista en el gráfico, ¿eh? Aquí, vamos a ver.
that market is seeking liquidity.
Vale, volumen profile.
But at the moment, this movement is made because market maker go out of the market. So the volatility gets higher because you have less limit orders. And in this case, the market explode up to create a new level of balance. So in this case, we have reversion model, reversion model, reversion model, reversion model, and stop here, probably. Aggressive model here, breakout, and we will go deep dive in the lower time frame because now we are in 5 minutes. Then we will drop down to 1 minute. This model can be used in every time frame. Like to give to the audience a little bit of reference, you can either do 15 minutes, 3 minutes, you can do 1 hour, 5 minutes, or you can do the most aggressive one. That is what I do, 5 minutes, 1 minute.
Wow.
Okay. So 5 minutes is to watch the breakout candle. Okay. This one, I don't go deep dive inside it because it's impossible to execute. You see, it went out of balance, no retracement, low volatility, low liquidity. So it's impossible to take. Then we will go to this one. That is the 23 is this morning. Okay. This morning we will see exactly how the model play out perfectly on the trend following side. So
Vale, rompe el rango que tenía aquí, la vela que rompe, me imagino que entra en largos hasta la siguiente zona de
So I
equilibrio,
will
¿no?
show you how also the model behaves in London session. Even if I only use this in New York session, the model really works as also reversion model in London and New York.
Yeah.
I want to show you the entity of the momentum to explain you why I do New York. This is New York. This is, you see how much is compressed, more retracement. This, when you take it, it just explodes.
Yeah.
And this is what I was trying to explain you before as the flow, getting in tune with the flow. So what we do now that our area are clear, we can go to 1 minute time frame. And we will start with the first one, okay? What we have here is the previous area. This is the value area high, this is the value area low, this is the POC, okay? So we are clearly out of balance from this movement. You can either be aggressive or just say, I want to clear out also the high.
Yeah.
So I just want that there is no obstacles in my explosion higher. This is something that I usually do. I don't transact only when you break out. I wait because it can be the reversion model here, you know? Then what we do, this is the magic.
La magia.
We activate the orders that are getting filter for the amount of aggression.
Yeah.
Okay. So my filter usually is around 20 to 30. Okay. In this case, I think it's pretty visible. And this is the best example you can have. Look how much is balanced. Look what happens when momentum is building. So what I was saying to you, even before the breakout, if you know how this stuff works, can you understand that something is happening here? You are going from small orders, balance, to someone buying aggressively and continuation aggressively.
Yeah.
Also look at the amount of big orders that you have in bullish momentum and in bearish momentum. So you can clearly understand if you are following the flow or not.
Qué guapo, ¿no?
So the trades here
Espera que me muevo.
is, like I was saying before, either the momentum continuation trades that you get framing the level with a huge presence of buy aggression. And this is another model that I also show on YouTube that is just not, because this stuff happens in 1 minute. Okay? So every candle is 1 minute. You can either be fast and use only big orders, or just, as I was saying before, plot the profile from the beginning to the end of the impulse and say, look, let's zoom out in here. What we have a lack of volume here.
Yeah.
So there is a huge area that we can use as a low volume node. Okay. So when you have the retracement and you get close to the area, you can decide to take this as an aggression,
Wow,
or
tío, estoy flipando.
I will take this one as an aggression. Okay. Maybe you enter here, you have the mitigation of the level, and then you have just continuation. Now, the more you wait to enter, the more it gets risky.
Yeah.
Because if you enter here, you are getting to a point where sellers can say, it's too expensive, the price. I went out of balance, but you want to be in fast and close fast.
Yes.
Okay. So from here, you can just identify
Scalping.
from when
Scalping.
the aggression
Abrir y
is
cerrar
still
rápido.
bullish. I will start to be a little bit afraid here. I will start to say, look, the market is compressing again. The sellers are starting to fight back.
A ver, a ver, ahora sí que me gustaría que opinarais, me lo dejarais en los comentarios. La diferencia de herramientas que tú estás leyendo, fijaros que aquí estos no son indicadores de RSIs y otras cosas. Esto está cogiendo un volumen profile para ver en qué cotizaciones, niveles se está produciendo la campana esta de GAN, en donde tenemos el VPOC y los nodos de alto y bajo volumen, y además está agregando, que no sé cómo se llama este indicador, que es, digamos, las zonas donde está habiendo un mayor volumen de contratos, compradores o vendedores, y se representa pues por estos círculos, ¿no? Entonces, a mí me parece una forma de análisis brutal, totalmente distinta a lo que utilizamos nosotros, los que operamos Forex, y realmente es mucho más realista, porque estás viendo en datos reales lo que está sucediendo en ese momento en el mercado, y es lo que él dice, no dudes en entrar, o sea, porque si entras tarde es mal, o sea, es decir, si tú estás viendo esto, es abrir rápido y cerrar rápido, ¿vale? Porque tú no sabes hasta cuándo va a durar esto, pero me parece, vamos, no sé, creo que los subtítulos están un poquito grandes, ¿no? me parece que están un poquito grandes los subtítulos. Lo he puesto al 200%, pero creo que un 150 también está bien. No sé qué opináis, dejadme en los comentarios. A mí me parece una forma de leer el mercado mucho más realista y brutal.
This huge momentum.
Yeah.
So maybe I can put my stop loss in profit.
Gotcha.
Below this low. Then what happens? That the market again, you don't need to be a wizard. The market give you clues because this breakout, you see, it's participated by huge buyers. The sellers try to get control back here. but what the market print a week. So it means that they cannot control the movement. And I would completely take out the position where I see that, because big sellers, no follow-up. Small sellers, big sellers, huge follow-up. On this candle, you can go out. You can go out on stop loss in profit, or you can go out when you reach your risk to reward rates.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay?
tío, qué
Because with this,
pasada.
as an example, just to highlight.
Yes.
So as you say, sellers, no follow through, but consolidation.
Yes.
We continue, we break out, we see.
Fijaros, ¿no? Cómo se ve rápidamente con estos círculos verdes quién está participando más en el mercado, ¿no? En este caso, compradores. Aquí empiezan a vender, empieza a haber bastantes ventas, pero bueno, estructuralmente el precio sigue arriba, pero aquí está el gran número de vendedores y aquí ya sí que empieza a caer el precio y vemos como aquí ya los participantes vendedores es muy grande, ¿no?
The buyers.
Again, sellers on the low.
Yeah. Wick, but no follow through.
Exactly.
But could you say that these sellers are entering, they're maybe not getting stopped out, they're still in the market. So then when you finally see the sellers and then the follow through, now you know you use this build up of sellers previously included as well.
What they use is exactly what you see. What they use is volume spread analysis. That is the relationship between price and volume. So if I see, like you were saying here, sellers, okay, trying to push the market down, but they are punching a wall. They are not going through. So what they are doing.
Bueno, amigos, lo vamos a dejar aquí porque pensar que es una entrevista de 3 horas, pero mirar qué entrevista como lo explica todo, Me parece espectacular, me parece muy bueno. Oye, a ver, vamos a ver, estamos hablando, ¿cómo se llamaba el tío? ¿Valentino? Creo Valentino, no sé si lo he dicho bien. Valentino Rossi. Bueno, Valentino Rossi, le vamos a llamar a Valentino Rossi. No sé cómo se llama, pero Valentino Rossi. 500% en la ROBBINS Cup. Me parece espectacular el mercado de futuros y como veis, mira, aquí está, stop, mira, aquí está una de las operaciones.
The previous level where we
So
enter.
then you might as well put it into profit.
Better. So now we have two scenarios. Either we get another 1,000 of profit and we
target,
close
qué
at
pasada.
1,750, or we just get at least to break even this one when we break this high and we let it run.
Yeah.
If you let it run,
¿Qué cojones tiene, tío?
each contract that we open on this one,
¿Qué cojones tiene?
bring to break
Operando en
even
vivo,
here.
sí, señor. Y encima
Markets.
le sale bien. Espectacular. Y
The
ya
only
tiene
trending
stop profit.
environment that we did is this one, and we monetized it.
Exactly.
All the rest
Me encanta.
of this area.
Oye, gente,
Yeah.
me parece una entrevista brutal. Os la voy a dejar al final de este vídeo. No os vayáis porque os la voy a dejar aquí al final del vídeo. Para que paséis a verla, para los que os interese. Pero futuros, ¿vale? Esto es lo que te ofrece la diferencia entre operar CFDs, Forex o operar futuros, que vas a poder operar, pues si quieres operar futuros, pues oye, opera el futuro del índice, de los índices, ¿no? El índice del dólar o lo que quieras, y donde vas a tener todos estos datos reales y herramientas. Lógicamente, no viendo este vídeo, no creo que las sepas utilizar a la primera, pero hombre, creo que tiene más potencial, desde luego, y creo que aquí estáis de acuerdo conmigo, y me gustaría escucharos en los comentarios. Creo que todos llegamos a la misma conclusión de que tiene mucho más potencial a nivel de análisis técnico y de operativa y de estrategia disponer de estas herramientas que no disponerlas, como estamos haciendo en el Forex, que es pura acción del precio, ¿no? Creo que hasta aquí nadie lo podrá discutir. Y segundo punto, que este hombre es un auténtico crack y una bestia del trading, haciendo scalping un 500% de forma manual en un año, pues creo que tampoco lo vamos a discutir. Así que, si lo ha hecho, es porque esto es bueno. Así que, amigos, yo creo que ha sido un vídeo muy interesante para valorar si queremos hacer futuros. Y hablando de futuros, pues amigos, que sepáis que con The Trading Pit, en la página web de TradingForexSP.com, el apartado empresas de fondeo, podéis operar futuros con Ninja Trader y podéis operar CFDs y Forex. Challenges de 1 y 2 fases. Y vais a tener un 10% de descuento para cuentas de menos de 100.000 y para cuentas de 100.000 o más, 20% de descuento. ¿Con qué? Con mi enlace y con mi cupón de descuento. Y si ya sois clientes, pues esto es para nuevos clientes, si ya sois clientes, dejad aquí vuestro nombre y correo electrónico, que os mandaré ofertas, pero no solo eso, si ya sois clientes, enviáis aquí y os va a redirigir a una página que hay un cupón secreto para los que ya sois clientes, que lo vais a poder utilizar a la hora de comprar un challenge, que vais a tener un pedazo de descuento. Si se acaba el cupón, poneros en contacto conmigo porque son limitados. Ya os digo, aprovechar los que podáis, aprovechar para comprar porque los cupones son limitados. Así que, amigos, yo creo que ha sido un vídeo excelentísimo, creo que vale la pena, os lo voy a dejar al final del vídeo por si queréis pasar a verlo y, oye, oye, si entendéis inglés bien, pero bueno, son 3 horitas y media que estoy convencido que no os va a dejar indiferentes. Ahora sí, si os ha gustado el vídeo, pues no olvides darle un buen like, suscríbete, activa la campanita y como siempre digo, nos vemos en el próximo vídeo. Chao, chao.